Hi, and welcome to Epiphanies. I'm Reverend Jessie Brandon, and I'm a life cycle celebrant as well as a metaphysical minister. And this is my opportunity to bring my two loves together, books and people. So grab a cup of tea, settle back in your favorite chair, and let's see where we go. Today we're talking about Dr. Wayne Dyer and his second book, Your Erroneous Zones. Now this was written in 1976, a very long time ago. Hard to believe, isn't it? So my guest today is Bunny Murphy, and she'll be joining us shortly to talk more about the book, but I want to read you a little bit just now. So I'm jumping into the middle of a conversation here. He says, this book has a lot of worms in it, meaning you will hear and perceive exactly what you want to hear based upon many of your own values, beliefs, prejudices, and personal history. Self-defeating behavior and ways to overcome it are touchy areas to write about. And looking at yourself in depth with an eye toward changing might be something that you say you're interested in accomplishing, but your behavior often speaks otherwise. So he says that each chapter concludes with some straightforward strategies for eliminating self-nullifying behavior. And to find out just exactly what all of this means, let's welcome my guest, Bunny Murphy. Come on in, Bunny, and join me here on the set. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Hi, Jessie.
Good to see you.
I'm so excited to be on your show.
Good. Have a seat. And while you're making yourself a cup of tea and making yourself comfy in your chair, I'm going to let everybody know just exactly who you are.
Thank you.
So, Bunny Murphy, her statement in life is, I walk in the breath of life. And Bunny lives on a 20-acre farm surrounded by the beautiful Simcoe County forest. And you can enjoy a meditation while you walk a spiral labyrinth, or you can clear your chakras as you walk through the chakra colors. And the best part of all, you can just be with a herd of 8 beautiful, majestic horses. So she says horses have been in her life since a very young age, and she has ridden and competed in every discipline except polo. So that means hunter, jumper, dressage, cross country, and many more. She's worked with women and children the majority of her career, having worked for Children's Aid, the Children's Wish Foundation, the Barrie Parent Center. She's been an equestrian coach, a horse trainer, tack and feed store owner, and a school bus driver. She's also been a volunteer for many organizations in the community, including the Rape Crisis Center. She's been a Georgian Bay softball coach, the Miracle Walk, and the Snowmobile Miracle Ride for Children's Wish. She's also a Reiki Master, and she hosts weekly meditations with the horses every Thursday evening, and it's open to all, and it is my plan to go tonight. So, Bunny, welcome.
Thank you.
So, thank you for coming and for choosing this book to tell our viewers about. What would you like them to know about Your Erroneous Zones? Why did you choose this book?
This book fell onto my lap many years ago. I'm just going to say in the early 80s. And my whole goal in life was to be me. I wanted to be happy inside. So when I picked this book up and started to read it, that's what he talks about. Finding yourself, you know, and taking a look at who you are and who you want to be. And I wanted to be that person inside. And his thing is, we grow up with so much guilt, worry, sadness, all kinds of them, and that's your erroneous zones. And with the book, he helps you go through them and realize that any decision you make in life, it's yours.
Yeah,
It's
the choice
yours.
is yours.
The choice is yours, and it's your responsibility. And, you know, but myself, and I know a lot of people, you know, you get caught in a trap. You know, you go through traumas in your life, and it could be school, it could be home, it could be partners, whatever, you know, and it can put you down. So struggling to find who you really are, you know, and that's been my walk of life since I was 23. It was like, that's all I want to be, is this person that's in here.
Mm-hmm.
And this book was so helpful. It really, really was. It showed, you know, we take our emotions. If someone, you take it as a hurt, well, you have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can take it as a hurt, or you take it, listen to it, understand it, and let it go.
Yeah.
Because you have the choice.
Right, and see if there's anything in there for you to learn from it. I mean, there always is, as far as I'm concerned,
Lessons,
because
yes.
everything happens for a reason. Every challenge is an opportunity, and every instance that occurs is happening for us, not to us.
Exactly, exactly, that's all right.
Yeah. So was there something in particular about that book that really spoke to you? Or I noticed you have several cards in there.
I do.
So
And
please, please enlighten us.
Okay. Well, there was one, and it's actually a little poem, and it was written not by Wayne himself, but it was after this lady Doris. She was at one of his seminars. And the poem is, I want to travel as far as I can go. I want to reach the joy that's in my soul and change the limitations that I know and feel my mind and spirit grow. I want to live, exist, to be, and hear the truths inside of me.
Oh.
And that's just so beautiful, because
Yeah.
that's what your whole authentic being is all about.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And what else we have here? There's a whole list he has in here as far as what the erroneous zones are.
Okay, well, name a few for us, and just
Okay.
to let our viewers know.
Okay, we have, you know, we always go, I'm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm shy, I'm lazy, I'm afraid, I'm clumsy, I'm accident prone, I'm short fused, I'm hostile. Well, the thing is, if you constantly say those words, that's exactly what you are,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So you got to rephrase them, you know?
Yeah.
No, I'm not shy,
Yeah.
you know? Change it to something that's very positive, you know, that I'm lazy. No, I'm very active, you know? I love to do things, and using positive words.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what the erroneous zones are, is all those feelings, emotions inside.
Okay, cool. So every time, would you say then it's synonymous with negative talk?
Yes.
Negative
yes.
self-talk?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Exactly, you know?
Right.
And it's when you can look in the mirror and love that person that's looking back at you,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because what we see in others is a reflection of us,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So if you can see all the good in everyone else, that's because it's all in you.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people that we're a reflection of everyone, even the animals.
Right.
They're a reflection of us.
Yeah. So do you find that, like, have you passed this book on to anybody else? Have you ever said, you know, you've got to buy it, or did you buy it and give it to somebody, or?
No, because as you can see, it came from a used bookstore, right? It's hard to
I
find.
love used bookstores.
Yes, me too. But I always recommend it to people.
Yeah.
You know, it's a start. It really is a start, and
So-
it gave me the start in life.
Right, so even though it's written in 1976, you still feel that it has as much value today.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. The way he says things and talks, you can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a well-written book, and it's so easy to understand.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that's what I've always loved about Wayne Dyer's books from the very beginning, is every single book is one that you can pick up and understand it. Even if it doesn't resonate with you, you can still understand the point that he's making.
Exactly, and you know, the books will fall on your lap when you need it.
Yeah.
And this one fell on my lap, and I sure needed it. And you know, I worked at the Barrie Parent Center, and when I had read this book, I thought, whoa, what a great way to I guess, expose this book to all the parents that were coming to the center. I would hold workshops
Oh, did you?
on each chapter
Oh, very
of his
cool.
book. because I thought it did so much for me that I knew that other people can benefit. So I turned the book into little mini workshops.
That's incredible.
So I thought it was kinda
really
cool.
So did people understand? Did you see?
They did.
Yeah.
They really did. And, you know, and I really felt that it helped them
Yeah.
to begin to see who they were,
Yeah.
you know,
Very cool.
or to help them to see who they are even more, right?
Yeah, I love what you said about taking responsibility, because I think somehow that's what we have left out of the generation that's coming up now, is they don't seem to understand that taking responsibility means not blaming others, and it means not saying, oh, I'm so horrible because I did this. It's, yeah, I did that and I don't like how I feel about it, and I certainly don't like the results I'm seeing. So I
Yeah.
want to change this behavior. And somehow it seems to me that we've forgotten to teach that. So
But when I was growing up, right, we took on so much responsibility.
true. It's
You
like the
know?
pendulum.
Exactly, and it swung, right? It will come back.
Yeah.
I really believe it will, because we have a wonderful world. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to
Okay.
ask you a question, but if you've got something else there
Yeah,
to read, yeah.
there's one more thing here, and it's talking about nothing on earth renders happiness less approachable than trying to find it. The historian Will Durant described how he looked for happiness in knowledge, and he found only disillusionment. He then sought happiness in travel, and he found weariness. Then in wealth, and found discord and worry. He looked for happiness in his writing, and was only fatigued. But one day he saw a woman waiting in a tiny car with a sleeping child in her arms. A man descended from a train and came over and gently kissed the woman and then the baby, very softly so as not to waken him. The family drove off and left Durant with a stunning realization of the real nature of happiness. He relaxed and discovered that every normal function of life holds some delight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was beautiful. And by using your own present moments for maximizing fulfillment, you'll be one of these people rather than an observer. It's such a delightful idea. Freedom from erroneous zones. You can make that choice right now if you choose to.
I'm just going to stop you right there, because we're going to take a break, and I invite you to come back to Epiphanies in just a short minute or two, and we're talking to Bunny Murphy about your erroneous zones, so don't be gone too long. We'll see you soon. welcome back to Epiphanies. Thanks for hanging in with us. Today I'm talking to Bunny Murphy of Hawks Landing Healing Center, and we were talking about your Erroneous Zones by Wayne Dyer, and the Erroneous Zones being those feelings that interact negatively within you and your opportunity, your choice to change them. So now I want to switch a little bit and just ask Bunny, tell me about Hawks Landing Healing Center.
Well, it's a 20-acre farm, and I have a herd of 8 horses. And what I use them for is to help people, to help them find their authentic self, to be the real you. Because when you are around horses, the horses want to see you. You know, they don't want a cover-up. They don't want to see someone that's fake. They want to see the real you. It doesn't matter what you are. You know, they love you who you are. So when people do come out, they come out, for, you know, to, the majority of people come out to, not improve, but to help them grow and learn about their inner self, their inner you. So when you go to see the horses, you, like I had said, they want to see who you are.
Can I just interject
Yes.
for a second? I came out to your farm for a Qigong class that was being held there, and I'm terrified of horses, or I was. I've had several incidents that didn't make me feel that I was safe around them, mostly because I knew, or I thought, that they could sense my fear and it made them nervous. And so I wasn't sure which one of us was going to jump at or bite. But as it turns out, that was completely wrong. I absolutely loved being around the horses. And when we were sitting in the chairs, your little pony came up and she leaned on me for about a good 5-10 minutes. And it was just a wonderful experience. So I can't wait to come out and do the meditation with them. So what's that like? When we arrive at the farm, what do we do?
Well, when everyone comes, we gather together in a room, and we hold a short meditation, just to get everyone on the same level, to, you know, to get rid of your worries of the day, so that you can go in very peacefully. The horses are in the arena, they're waiting. They're sitting in there very, very quiet, they're ready. And now when the people go in, we go in, the chairs are in there. But as soon as we enter, then the horses start moving around, okay? Because again, there's a lot of energy that's coming in. And they're in there, they're just being, and we kind of interrupt them, but they don't mind that.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for. So we go and we sit quietly and allow the horses to come to us, or they could be standing across the other side of the arena, you know, and you still get your message. I do say to everyone before we go in, to go in with an intent.
Okay.
Okay, go in with an intention, you know, and it could be anything, you know, and what is it that you're going to come away from Hawks Landing with? It could be something, you need to make a decision about a job, you know, you could be having issues with your child, whatever. Go in with an intention that you're going to get your answers. And you will. You really will.
Tell the story about that you told me about the man who was sitting on the chair and the horse came over and he got up, the man got up and the horse kicked the chair over or something. Do you remember telling me that story? It was because the man, I think, was saying the horse was very...
oh, yes.
Do you know? Do you remember?
Yes, I do believe that, you know, and yes, it was a gentleman, and he thought the horses were being very assertive, aggressive, right? This is what he is communicating to me. And like I said before, remember, what you see in others or animals is a reflection of you. And so this is what he was seeing. And yes, the horse went over to the chair and knocked the chair over. And that's what he was thinking, like, this horse is very aggressive, very assertive. And that's so far from the truth, you know? But it just goes to show you that, yes, this is what he was thinking. And yes, this gentleman does have a little bit of, I'm not going to say aggressiveness.
Maybe control issues, or
Yes, exactly.
he thought things should be a certain way, and when he saw the horses acting that in the way that they did, he named it aggression. And
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, but it showed him that yes, he had to control things in life. If he didn't have control, you know, it bothered him.
yeah, okay. So did he understand that by the time?
Definitely.
Really?
He understood it, and it
Yeah.
was like, you know, and he was amazed too. It was like, wow, you know. But like I say to everyone, when they come to see the horses, and again, these are not everyday horses, you know. The majority of them I have raised from a foal.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes,
Okay.
you know.
I thought you rescued some of them, so.
Well, the little pony,
Yeah.
and she's not really a rescue, you know. She came from a loving farm, but they no longer could keep her. So that's how she came. So she wasn't raised by me, but she was raised by a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
But no, you know, there's brother and sisters that are there, and other sisters, like as far as the horses go.
And you don't allow them to be ridden?
No, and at one time, yes. There's a few that have been rode, and they haven't been rode by me, but I had an accident about, I'm going to say 5 years ago now, and some people say that's what happened to me, you know, why I view things like this. And I believe, yeah, I'm glad it happened to me because it got rid of ego.
Really?
As far as when it came to horses, because, you know, why did I ride? Mind you, they really helped me. All through my life I've been around them, and I did ride, you know, but it's so wonderful to be on top of the horse, and it's like, whoa, look at me. I feel good, you know. But I needed that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people do. But when I had the accident, I came away with like, wow, these horses are no, there's so much more to the horse, so much more. You know, I did ride again. But I mean, no, none of my horses are rode. It's just the way, it's my opinion, and that's how I feel.
Well, and it's your farm, so that's absolutely.
Yes, you know, and I don't judge anyone for riding because I did too, and I got a lot out of it, and the horses helped me through even my riding and my training. They really did help me that way. But they got me to a point where it's like, no, I didn't need to ride these animals anymore because I see them through different eyes.
As a result of the accident.
Exactly.
Okay, so
You know?
can you tell me briefly, like, what happened and how, like, were you injured? And
Yes, definitely I was injured. I was just away on a camping trip with a whole bunch of riders, and I wasn't even 20 feet from my trailer. And the next thing I was on the ground. Do I remember anything? No.
oh, so
I
you
don't-
don't even know what happened?
I don't know. I don't remember what happened other than the fact I'm on the ground. You know, so yes, and I fractured 3 of my vertebrae in my back.
Oh, okay.
But because I was physically fit, and that's why I healed very quickly. But yeah, I had a lot of time to sit in silence and quiet.
Yeah.
And when I did, this is how my farm came about as far as using the horses. My farm has always been a place to come to, but using the horses as healers, because they are healers.
Yeah.
It has been proven, our heart, our energy can expand 5-10 feet when you're just naturally, like in a natural state. Well, a horse, their heart expands 5 times the distance.
Yeah.
You know, they vibrate at such a high level. They really do, because they live in the now.
Yeah.
They live now. Just be. And that's the message that if I can get across to anyone, is to just be, you know? And the horses try and get you to just be. Live in the moment, because the past is the past for a reason, right?
Right.
And
yeah.
the future.
So what else do you offer at the Hawks Landing Healing Center? I know that you do the Thursday night meditation with the horses.
Yes.
And I know that a Reiki group just gathered there on a Sunday now. Do you have a group every Sunday, or was that something that you're just starting, or?
I have had groups that come. I have the community living programs that come. I have Wendat. And it's all by appointment to call. It's not every Sunday or anything like that. I also do the private Reiki sessions.
Right.
And with the Reiki, as everyone knows, it's an energy healing. The horses assist me. Okay? So the horses work on the client as well as myself. And sometimes, and I'm going to say most of the times, the horses come in, they do come in, and I may start to do my energy healing, and they kind of just like, hey,
I know
it's your time to hold space.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's my time to hold
Yeah.
space. They're healing. They've done amazing work.
Yeah.
They really do.
From the pictures that you sent me that will be shown during the show, I was amazed at how close the horses were, like right over the Reiki table, and it just looked so amazing. Like they were doing the work.
They are. And women, like not women, people that own horses, okay, they know what horses are like. And I recall them saying to me, like, afterwards, horses are curious. Sure, they're going to come over to the table. They'll come over and they'll check it out and they'll leave. She was totally surprised. She knows horses, and she was blown away because no, they don't. They are special horses. They really are. Every horse is wonderful and is very majestical, but I mean, a lot of the horses have been injured by the humans as well, right?
Oh,
I
yes.
shouldn't say injured, but maybe like a traumatized too. So they have a hard time trusting. I've raised these horses. They
you
do.
know.
You know, I haven't hurt them. They trust me.
Yeah.
So they bring us a sense of me and the people that come to the farm. It's a sense of unconditional love, freedom. It's beautiful.
That's
You
wonderful.
know, to receive the gift just by being in the presence of the horse.
Yep. I just want to let you know that if you want to ask any questions about Bunny, about her farm, about the book that we've discussed, anything we've talked about today, you can get in touch with me at jessie@jessiebrandon.ca. Send me an email. I'll be happy to answer your questions in a future show. And Bunny's information will have been running, and you'll be able to get in touch with her and have this experience, because it really is amazing to go out and see these horses. I never thought that I would stand next to a horse the way I did when I was out at the farm, so it was just incredible. And I just want to ask you one final question. I'm wondering if you can tell me an epiphany about your life. Can you remember any of the epiphanies that you've had?
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had many. I'm just trying to focus in on one, but
Yeah. I know, I kind of didn't give you an opportunity to think about it, did I? Well, you know what? We've run out of time, and I'm going to have to thank you for your time, and thank you so much for coming and being on the show. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll stick with us in the coming weeks and see more about the books and the people that I bring for you to share with me. Thanks for watching Epiphanies, and we'll see you again.